Hey guys, I'm Ariel here. So I have officially started my weight loss journey with Wegovy. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more, stay tuned for the rest of the video. I decided to go with Wegovy. I'm in that pre-diabetic gray area, and I do want to get out of that. So that's the main reason why I decided to really take Wegovy and to help me jumpstart my weight loss. And so a lot of the things that I was experiencing was with Wegovy. Wegovy is a semaglutide medication that you will inject in your leg, your belly, or your upper arm to administer the medication. The medication will come in like a little not pill form. It's in a pen form. Sorry, let me get it out here. And so it comes in this little pen, and when you first get it, the medication will be clear, and then once the medication is administered into your skin, it will turn yellow, and it lets you know that all the medication has been absorbed into your skin and it was taken properly. So at the end of this is a little needle. It's really tiny at the bottom. At first I was a little bit nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. You know, I'm a little bit scared to take needles. When I go to the doctor, I tend to I don't want to push it out. When I go to the doctor, I tend to turn my head a little bit, but I had to, you know, I put in my 5 for the first week, and it wasn't that bad. I was just really overreacting a little bit and being a little bit dramatic. But honestly, with the semaglutide injections, it's really quick and easy. And also, you have to put your pins in a sharps container. So I have this sharps container here. I am a licensed esthetician as well, so I had an extra one that I was like, you know what, I'm not using that one. I'm gonna put most of my pins in here, and then what you do is you call the number that you get on your I think on the little prescription. They tell you to call the number and they can dispose of it for you and go from there, because you don't want to put these in the regular trash can, because you can you know, it's just not safe, you know, just in case somebody picks it up and they get stuck with it or whatever. You don't want anyone to get hurt as well. So anyway, overall, I just feel like Wegovy is just a tool. You know, Wegovy injection is that you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, you're gonna get a headache, or you may feel a little bit weak or whatever, or you feel a little bit nauseous. I like drinking water. I don't mind drinking water, but the thing is that you have to continue to stay hydrated, because if you don't, you're going to literally, you're going to be like, what in the world is going on? Trying something new is not always bad, you know? Like I said before, I had to put my pride to the side and say, you know what, I do need some help, but let me go ahead and figure out how to really kind of work this into what I already do. I like eating healthy. I really eat healthy for the most part. I just feel like sometimes lately, you know, we let stress and what's going on around us kind of get us off center, and we got to get back on focus. So also, I realized when I went to the doctor, my iron was low. So half of that of me overeating and all those things, I was really tired. And so for me, I was a former teacher, and last year, I've been teaching for 8 years, and last year I decided to kind of take a little pivot and decided to do something different. And so with that being said, I really wanted to do something that was less demanding. I love teaching, I love working with kids, but being in the classroom, and I've been there in the same position for 8 years, and I just felt like I needed a change. It was kind of like, I was like, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not really feeling motivated to keep coming back to work. I love the kids, I really did, but it was some things that I just wanted to change about myself and my surroundings, you know, and just moving forward. And for me, I felt like I made the best choice for me, because I wanted to do something that's less demanding and less of my time, because honestly I work very hard and I tend to forget about myself and the things that I needed to do personally, and I let my stress kind of what I had on the job and the demand that was on me to kind of, dictate a little bit more of my own self-care. So right now, this is a form of my self-care, taking care of myself, going after the things that I really want to do, and also just rediscovering some of the hobbies that I kind of forgot about. So it may be something random, but I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my approach to life a little bit differently, and I had to really take a step back and say, you know what, I do need help, and I do need a little bit of a boost. And so I'm just using this as a tool to help me to be a little bit better and healthier. And so I feel like when you are overweight or you're struggling with your weight, it causes issues in everything. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but sometimes it can be very detrimental. It affects your heart, it affects your legs, it affects your brain, and your ligaments and your tissues, everything, because everything can kind of spiral out of control. And I'm grateful that I was able to stop it now, to be able to say, hey, there's something here. I've never been this weight before. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop here. But sometimes when things get tough, I tend to kind of isolate. I get a little tired, I get burnt out. And this time I did not know that I was that tired and I didn't know I was that stressed until I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to make a decision. So, with work, and go for it. And honestly, I took a leap, and it was one of the best decisions that I've actually made in a very long time. And so for me, I just turned 34, and I do not want to develop any high blood pressure or anything like that. I had a family member, my aunt actually, that just passed away. She went into cardiac arrest and then also suffered a heart attack. So I just did not want to experience that. It was kind of scary because she wasn't too far off as far as age-wise. She was 59 and I'm 34. That's not far away. So I just wanted to be preventative, and I wanted to kind of share my journey on how Wegovy is going to help me to be able to get to the desired weight that I need to kind of help me. I'm not using this as a crutch, but I'm using this as a tool to help me in my tool belt, to help me to be able to do the things that I normally know how to do. I just lost a little bit of motivation in between because of stress, little personal things that I'm going through, or whatever the case may be. It hasn't been easy with weight loss, but I'm going to continue to keep fighting for it and keep, making it a lifestyle. And I had to realize this, I watched this video, and this guy said, when you look at weight loss as a kind of like a maintenance for your body, you wouldn't look at it as a chore. You'll want to do it regardless, because you're like, oh, I got to do this for my body to be healthy, So I had to change my perspective of it, because make a decision for yourself, and honestly just change your life. Because the thing is that we don't know the time or the place or whatever, but we have to take care of our bodies. This is the only body that we get, and we have to take care of it. And so also get all of your blood work checked and make sure that it's monitored, that you go to a doctor that actually hears and listens to you. And I felt very comfortable this time around, because first off, I had to change doctors, and before I was like, okay, something's going on. My weight will fluctuate, and there's nothing wrong with your weight fluctuating, but you want to be at a stable weight for your body. I was a former athlete, and when I played hard, and then if I competed, I competed really hard. And I was just one of those people that was very disciplined, but also in this part, I'll kind of, after you stop competing and stop playing sports and stuff like that, the discipline is there naturally, but you tend to forget, and you tend to get a little bit lazy in the discipline that you already know. I know how to lose weight. I know how to lift and all those different things, but sometimes you kind of lack the motivation because of the things that's going on around you. So that was my case. A lot of things can happen, a lot of emotions, a lot of things like that can happen to kind of help you, kind of get you off your path a little bit. And I will truly say, on this on this journey to self-discovery, it's going to be is you just got to take it one day at a time, honestly. But I'm just grateful that I was able to kind of put my pride to the side and say, you know what, let's do it, and let's just see what happens. This is a form of self-care. So if you don't take anything else from this video, understand that your self-care is important, your body is important, and honestly, your mental health is important as well. So if it's a hard decision that you have to make, weigh the options, figure out a plan for yourself, and move forward. So I'm going to leave this with you today. This is my first week with the Wegovy shot injections. It has been, honestly, haven't had a lot of side effects on it at all. The only thing I told you is that you have to be hydrated, because if you don't drink water, you may get a headache, or you may feel a little nauseous or dizzy or whatever. So always have like a cup or something that you can refill. Get you something that stays cold or whatever you like. You can put fruit in it, as long as you're drinking water, so you can make sure you're replenishing. And also you can get you some electrolytes as well, like some packets or something that you can keep in your car or keep on the go with you, because it does help out. So those electrolytes keep you kind of replenished with the water, and also kind of going from there. And then also, if you do have some good vitamins, take you some good vitamins like your multivitamin, vitamin C, vitamin D. And if you have fish oil, especially in your 30s, you need to be taking some fish oil. It really helps with your brain development, not development, but your cognitive functions and stuff like that, because it helps with everything. So if you're not sure about it, read up on it, figure out it's so many things out here. Get you some articles, some books and stuff like that, and go and figure it out. And if you don't know, ask somebody for help. Ask your doctor, say, hey, I don't know what vitamins I need to take, but get you a good multivitamin for yourself, and also a prebiotic and probiotic for yourself, for your gut health, because all of that plays a part. And I had to relearn that, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys, because I had to learn it. Even though I know, and I grew up on my discipline and working out and stuff, we all get lost along the way, but we have to kind of go back to what we know from the beginning, and go from there. So I hope that this has blessed you. I hope this blessed you, and I hope that you, most part, I hope that I encourage you to be able to make a decision that you can stick with, that you can make from there. But if you have any questions, or if you're on Wegovy currently and you have some tips that you want to share, definitely feel free to put them below. And if you have any questions for me or any tips for me, definitely put them below. And I look forward to week 2 with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.